Morning, everybody. Welcome to the third day, working from home, being on a training. I hope we survive the third session that we are having. We decided to at least to try today to combine two videos with a PowerPoint presentation. So excuse me if I will have maybe some technical issues, but I will try firstly to share the PowerPoint presentation and then the video. My name is Moira Kopše. Together with me today, our colleague from Project Management Office of the company, Gregor Cerar, and Zlatko Peric, who is going to present later on. So sorry, share screen. Yeah. I hope this is fine for you to see. It's a little bit more comfortable for me working on a laptop to see it like this. I hope it's working for you. Do you see it?
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to double check that we are recording.
Yeah, we have started.
Yeah. Okay. So, and you see the slides now? Yeah, okay. Yep. Good morning once again. So for my part today, I'm going to talk about one of the programs that we are running, which is the Social Inclusion Program. We will tell you a little bit more about this program, the aims, the things that we do in the program, who can be included, and we'll try to follow it with a video that was prepared especially for this training occasion, and to which I'm very proud to say that at least parts of this video, our participants in the Social Inclusion Program also tried to help to prepare this video just a little bit in some pieces. So let's go on. When we talk about social inclusion in general, of course, we understand this as integration into the society for the most vulnerable individuals. In our case, these are people with disabilities. And inclusion in general represents, of course, the moral right of every individual. To be more precise, the social inclusion program that we run includes vocational rehabilitation of disabled people, no matter whether we talk about physical disability or mental health problems or other combined issues. Inclusion means also supporting, maintaining, and developing the working skills of the people included. And the program itself includes mainly people with disabilities who, due to their disability, are actually not employable in the first labor market. And this is based basically by a decision and preliminary evaluation from the Employment Service Office in Slovenia. Ozara as a company is only one of the providers, national providers of the social inclusion program. And to be able to run this program, the organizations are normally selected to do this kind of programs after a public tender was issued by the Ministry of Labor, Family and Social Affairs. And of course, on the basis of a successful tender, or better to say, more successful tenders in the history, we were selected as one of the providers of this program. And we are running it, as you see, since 2006 and until 2023, when probably the next tender is going to be issued. This program is run in all three of the units that we work in, which is Maribor, Murska Sobota and Slovenj Gradec. Gregor, myself and Zlatko today, we are all active mostly in the unit of Maribor. Zlatko, I think, also in Murska Sobota. This program has a very important impact of many of the life qualities of unemployable people in general, specifically here for people with disabilities. If they are included in this program, they have the opportunity to change different aspects of their lives. They have the chance to be reactivated for some work activities. They are able to develop a positive self-image. They are able to gain self-respect. They strengthen their work habits. They, of course, can regain the feeling of being useful within their societies. For the majority of people who take part in this program, because of course you have to understand it's not obligatory, people have really the chance to improve the social skills, to widen their social network based on the activities we offer to them. and strengthen, of course, the feeling of being part of a group, because you have to know that having or not having a status of disability, or generally being a person with disability, still carries out, unfortunately, a great stigma. Of course, they have the ability to socialize, to build new friendships, to learn how to cooperate, how to communicate better, and generally appreciate the diversity, their personal status. They develop tolerance and fulfill their potentials within the program, which is quite generally speaking. So I will talk a bit more about what kind of activities are offered later on. There are some rules connected to national legislation about who can be, who can gain the status of being a person included in the social inclusion program. These are mainly persons who have been officially designated as being unemployable, according to a special article in the Vocational Rehabilitation and Employment of Persons with Disability Act, issued by this kind of decision, as mentioned, is issued by Employment Service of Slovenia. Again, another category that can be included are persons with disabilities having the official status of disability within a special framework, which is category 1. Which is also granted by a special organization named Pension and Disability Insurance Institute. But again, to be included in the program, these people, only the people who are not entitled to any kind of remuneration based on their disability. So people without rights to, for example, an invalidity pension, of course, again, according to the law defining pension and invalidity insurance. The third group, generally speaking, to be included in the program are generally persons with mental and physical disabilities who have no other opportunity for inclusion by social security services. And this is a wide area of services offered by the state, which we didn't want to go too much into detail to. But anyhow, if you can imagine, the person that is included in the program basically has just the minimum social security. So the program is mainly aimed, you know, to spend your time in a quality kind of way, to be included in the society, to have the feeling of, you know, gaining special skills, new knowledge, just generally being included. The main goals of the program, there are quite many, but as you will see, the first and most important goal is to at least achieve some sort of labor and social integration of the persons included, and the prevention of social inclusion. The next goal is, of course, development of individuals' work potentials, and at least trying to taking care of the long-term possibility of re-examining the assessment of employability. So if a person, for example, is included in this program, that doesn't mean that this person's status of not being able to be employed is how to say permanent. There is always a chance for every single participant that is included in this program for asking for how to say reassessment, whether, you know, they maybe gained some skills that enable them to go back to the regular or the so-called first labor market. Again, many goals within social inclusion program that we run are, of course, acquiring and maintaining working condition, working endurance, and other capacities, attention, concentration, precision at some working procedures, maintaining, developing, and disseminating the social support network, developing competencies in crisis and conflict situations, feeling empowered in all areas of life, developing and raising their social competencies, communication skills, personal control of stress, stressful factors, development of personal adaptability, personal growth in general, self-initiative, greater activity in changing their own life situation. You have to know that if a person is in this kind of situation where at first glance it looks like you don't have no no solution to your status, you are not getting a disability pension, you are not able to be on the first labor market. So all of the things, all of the actions, all of the methodology and activities that we provide to our participants are really aimed at the final goal for the person to regain some sort of feeling to be able to at least participate partly in the society, to have the feeling of being useful, and of course in some successful cases then again returning back to the labor market. Of course, as within every single program that we run, and in general also in this program, we do a promotion of healthy lifestyles, healthy lifestyle among users. Many people who have mental health issues are in many cases using quite heavy medication, which then again is actually a situation where we need to work, how to fight the side effects of medication and still, somehow try to motivate people to stay, to stay in action, to work, to be active, to participate in general. Within the framework, participants, as mentioned, can engage in various work, social, lifelong learning activities in accordance with their personal wishes, interests, and of course, preserved working abilities or the remaining working abilities that they still have. Some of the options that are available to our users and organized by our professional team are various work activities, meaning work-connected activities within the services and production of the company. Like in practice, this would mean creating some small items, putting together some pieces for other elements that we are, for example, working on in, I don't know, international projects like creative workshops, things like that. Of course, we try to at least, spread the idea how important it is to have some manual skills, how to learn some creative techniques for stress relief, for working in a team. And generally, we empower the participants to be either on self-initiative or we offer them internally integration into self-help groups whenever this is necessary. Additional activities, of course, training social skills and other skills by different training. You have to understand that our team really carries out different activities. The professional staff is either psychologists, occupational therapists, mentors, other people who provide really a vast variety of activities for them, like sport trips, sport activities on the in the outside, in the inside, in the working hours, after the working hours. Of course, we offer some support also within the scope of integrating in the general society, like mediation, if it's needed in institutions. We use elements of advocacy. We promote, of course, physical activity. We have sports days throughout the years. We do have, of course, cooking courses from time to time whenever this is possible, and other lectures. As you know, the times are developing, and at least the COVID situation made us realize that it's also very important to train the ICT skills to somehow stay connected and to gain the functional literacy, and in some cases also we offer learning foreign languages. I would to not maybe just repeat just the things that were said somehow. If it's possible, Laura, I would like to use this opportunity to to show a short video, which is basically like a short virtual tour of our organization. The video is, I think, 6 minutes long.
Please.
Yeah, just let me know if for all of you the sound is okay. Do you hear it?
I cannot see the video at the moment.
Okay, sorry. Now somebody help me out, because I'm not sure how to go away from the PowerPoint. And
so I think you need to just stop sharing and
stop
then
share and then again. Okay.
And then when it says video, you need to go to the little symbol on the right and look for settings, video settings.
Do you see it now?
Yes.
Okay.
But in video settings, you need to do share sound. Otherwise, we will not be able to.
Sorry. Is this on the application? Is this on the app or general settings, or where can I find it?
Laura, you need to unmute.
So there is a microphone and then the video.
Okay.
The video icon. Right next to the video icon, there is a small symbol, like a small arrow on the right, and there it says video settings.
Setting, okay. And then I go to?
1 second.
So Maria, when you click on share screen, on the bottom of the window, you will see an option to that says share sound. You need to click on that and then share your screen.
Share sound.
Yeah.
I only have automatically share desktop, show all sharing options, share individual window. Is it maybe okay if I just do the link into the chat and whoever has this can share the video to not lose time?
So if you have the link, we can try to share it like we did yesterday for China.
Okay.
Because I have my colleague here, Fabia, she's the IT of the organization.
Okay, this one's it.
Thanks. Now we will try 1 second.
Ozara DO, Service and Disability Company, is a disability company dedicated to the training, employment, and the social inclusion of unemployed persons with disabilities, together with difficult-to-employ persons having limitations and barriers regarding employment opportunities. This can be due to illness, injury, or functional limitations. The Employment Center is a corporate body founded by Ozara DO with the purpose of employing persons with disabilities within protected workplaces. Ozara ZC DO is an independent organizational unit with business units in Maribor and Murska Sobota. Ozara, the Institute for Training and Employment of Vulnerable Groups, Maribor, performs research and development activities in the field of social sciences and humanities.
I'm Sebastian Sitar. I work at Social Inclusion in Maribor in Ozara DO, and we have a lot of fun. It's okay. I work on sticks for mixers, I work also in Interpop. Interpop, that's a little bit different work, and it's harder. It's harder than here. I feel okay, so I'm fine. I'm very satisfied with the program, and I plan to continue with this work at social inclusion.
Over 100 persons are included in the business group and within special programs for employment and vocational rehabilitation and social inclusion program within concession from the state. As Ozara DOO employs persons with disabilities, our working environment is fully adapted to different needs of individuals, co-workers and participants of our program. The vision of Ozara DOO is to remain a successful economic entity by continuing to work with vulnerable groups, employing persons with disabilities, imparting and learning new knowledge, and providing quality assurance within implementing EQUA's quality assurance standards. All products and items crafted in creative workshops within the social inclusion program are offered in an online shop at numerous occasions regional-wise, such as fairs, events, and other. The profit is solemnly directed towards enhancement of activities for participants in the program.
I like to come here because we have a lot of different things we do. We go on trip, that's very fine for me because otherwise I don't have nothing to do in the morning, and I like to come here because otherwise I would sleep, or I wouldn't know what to do in the morning, and that's why I come. I also take a little bit. I have the reward, and I feel better to work than to be at home, and also I would get some money.
Within employment rehabilitation, all options for further education or retraining are checked for each individual included. Our group is dedicated towards its core mission and vision, encouraging employing persons with disabilities, imparting and learning new knowledge, providing quality assurance. All activities provided for our employees and participants have an all-inclusive connotation. There are no differences between us, all have equal opportunities and are empowered to do things together as a team.
Thank you so much for helping out.
No
Well,
problem.
yeah. Thank you. Okay, so I will continue with the PowerPoint that we have. Yeah. Okay. So in the video, you could see that there is also, we were also talking about employment rehabilitation, which is also a special program, but with, you know, differences for people re-entering the labor market. Generally, maybe I would use a couple of moments just to let you know that when we talk about quality standards, we are one of the organizations who decided to adopt the EQUAS assurance quality standard, which means that we internally needed to develop some tools for supporting the inclusion factor by all means. Generally speaking, in the social inclusion program, there is the necessity of individual assessment of a person who is included in the program, and includes different elements of observation, like how many hours or days did the person appear in the organization, what is the behavior, inclusion activities provided, how is the work concentration, what is the, you know, the level of respecting some minor internal rules for, you know, group functioning, instructions, what is the level of motivation or interest for work. The rationale behind such assessment is mainly connected to the fact that the participants who are included in the social inclusion program, they're entitled to a specific payment that is not the regular payment as you understand, like getting, you know, a payment under a working contract due to the reason that they are, of course, been designated as unemployable. And this payment is connected to level of inclusion each month. It's some sort of motivational factor as well. On the other hand, each participant is offered any possible option for individual approach that she or he needs and can express all concerns, ideas, and other important issues with one of our mentors. Such evaluation procedures are generally included in the internal documentation of organization, and then we report them back to ministry. As you know, we are of course online. We cannot do a concrete exercise with you that would somewhat showcase the participative approach that we take in the program, that would also reflect teamwork and other activities that we do with our participants. So we decided to insert it's not a game, it's more an individual assessment that each of you can do back at home with nobody watching you, without being on Zoom. Because I see at the time that we don't have so much time to, or I don't know, Laura, if you say there is another video that I would like to connect with, it's 2 minutes long, but if you say so, we can skip it and I can just forward you the link to it. We were reflecting, you know, our team was reflecting the situation about the last year. We are all probably fed up with, you know, restrictions that we are facing. And the restrictions that our organization was facing was mainly connected to the fact that, for example, last year, our participants were not able to join the activities for, as far as I remember, at least 3 months altogether, meaning, you know, the personal contact was diminished in a great way. You know, we are still measuring the influences, but what we realized in previous year, and also in connection to this training, because everybody's on camera, everybody's online, and everybody's, you know, zoomed out in a way, is as a professional worker, if you work with vulnerable, you know, societal groups, you somehow, at least I'm speaking for myself, you reflect, you know, the level of empathy you still have. And of course you need to have as a professional worker dealing with vulnerable groups. It's always good to reflect, you know, ourselves. And the exercise that we are providing you here with, that you can do, of course, at home when nobody's watching, is the so-called tree of life. This is a sort of supporting tool, or so to say method, that was developed by Dulwich Center in Australia, I think. It's an approach also used in narrative therapy. And the picture itself symbolizes generally just, you know, your, not, I would not say your personal status, but, you know, it's an opportunity for you to personally reflect who you are. We are basically all in some sort of times of distress, maybe feeling empty from time to time, maybe feeling less connected to each other. And this is a great opportunity to reflect on oneself. As you see, for me to not go into too many details, as you see, different elements of tree represent different elements that you can reflect upon. Basically, you take a blank piece of paper, a pencil, crayons, whatever you know you wish to draw with, then you sketch some sort of a tree upon which you can then in different parts reflect about your life. For example, as you see, the ground means that you can reflect about what is, you know, what do you do each day, where you are at the moment, what is your basis. The fruits, for example, are aimed to reflect on who are people who are special to us at this moment. What is it that we would like or feel the need to share with others? So basically, this is the idea. The PowerPoints are going to be available on the Google Drive, as they are already. And if you wish to do so, you can do this exercise at home and be creative as much as possible. I hope I presented everything in the right manner, and thank you for the attention, and thank you for listening.
Thank you, Moira. Did you say you had a small video of 2 minutes?
There is a small video of 2 minutes. If you allow me, I can share it. I would like to just use the opportunity to share it in the chat. The video is mainly connected, you know, to difference between empathy and sympathy, which, you know, in times of distress or the pandemic is maybe, I don't know, important to some of you. It's a video that we worked with in a storyteller, in one of our projects that we ran in previous years, which is Storyteller. And this short video, you know, represents the difference between empathy and sympathy. So
yeah, you still have a couple of minutes, so okay. It will be perfect. Now Fabiola is helping everyone to share it.
Thank you.
And after, I just want to say to the audience, please prepare your questions. Metti pausa al video.
So what is empathy, and why is it very different than sympathy? Empathy fuels connection. Sympathy drives disconnection. Empathy, it's very interesting. Teresa Wiseman is a nursing scholar who studied professions, very diverse professions where empathy is relevant, and came up with 4 qualities of empathy. Perspective taking, the ability to take the perspective of another person or recognize their perspective as their truth. Staying out of judgment, not easy when you enjoy it as much as most of us do. Recognizing emotion in other people and then communicating that. Empathy is feeling with people. And to me, I always think of empathy as this kind of sacred space when someone's kind of in a deep hole and they shout out from the bottom and they say, I'm stuck, it's dark, I'm overwhelmed. And then we look and we say, hey, you climb down. I know what it's like down here, and you're not alone. Sympathy is, ooh, it's bad, no, you want a sandwich? Empathy is a choice, and it's a vulnerable choice, because in order to connect with you, I have to connect with something in myself that knows that feeling. Rarely, if ever, does an empathic response begin with "at least." I had it, yeah. And we do it all the time. Because you know what? Someone just shared something with us that's incredibly painful, and we're trying to silver lining it. I don't think that's a verb, but I'm using it as one. We're trying to put the silver lining around it. So I had a miscarriage. Oh, at least you know you can get pregnant. I think my marriage is falling apart. At least you have a marriage. John's getting kicked out of school. At least Sarah is an A student. But one of the things we do sometimes in the face of very difficult conversations is we try to make things better. If I share something with you that's very difficult, I'd rather you say, I don't even know what to say right now, I'm just so glad you told me. Because the truth is, rarely can a response make something better. What makes something better is connection.
Thank you very much. I think we all needed this kind of in this moment. So even if it just was a couple of minutes long, it could just give a lot of food for thought.
Thank you.
So before we have our break, like the other days, please, welcome back. I think we can proceed with our second session for today, which will be curated by our colleagues from Slovenia as well. But this time, instead of social inclusion, we are going to talk about woodworking techniques.
Hello to everybody. My name is Latko. As I am employed in Ozara as a professional staff on vocational rehabilitation program, and in combination with social included persons. So my main occupation is as a rehabilitation technologist, which means that I develop tests or achievements or occupations or works for disabled persons. And mine professional is as a woodwork engineer too. I'm working on Ozara as a professional for health and security. So I'm a complex person on our business with disabled persons. I would like to start with a presentation. Which is just a moment. Okay, here. Do we see it? Yes?
Yes, we can see it.
Yes, okay. Just a moment to start with another view. So in Ozara, we have a workshop, woodworking workshop, carpentry workshop, where we have all the basic wood machines, and especially two CNC machines, which are there on the bottom, circular table saw, and band gluer for laminated panels and chipboard woods. We produce our products from solid wood, different kinds of, and especially with a chipboard or Ozara, as we say it in Slovenia. We produce our furniture especially for business and residential buildings. We are the main producer for Lidl as seller. And in woodwork, we always have to use a lot of manual skills hand mending, shaping, or hand sewing, and different kinds of use different kinds of tools for this kind of furniture or products we made. So I'm actually now in other location. I'm working now in Murska Sobota. So this is a workshop in Maribor. So I combine different different locations. Maybe that is important because some pictures which I show next are different from the video you can see of our workshop. We try to combine special curriculum for our persons which are included in our workshops. So we try to combine about 360 hours of curriculum, which is 1/3 especially for lecture room with theoretical exams, and other 2/3 or 240 hours for practical part in definitely in workshops. But the main reason that some things here have to be changed is that the persons which are included in our workshops as social included or vocational rehabilitation, they don't have all capabilities that are expected on woodworking. The main goals are achieving to appropriate level of practical competences, but sometimes this fund of hours, 360 hours, are too low to combine some practical knowledge to do some interesting products as creative products or furniture, for example. We have to integrate professional theoretical knowledge into our practice, but there is a problem that the persons don't have abilities to understand something. So that is the reason that we have to put theoretical knowledge into directly on woodworking or in workshop. Compliance with health and safety regulation at work. I have one questionnaire on the other side, so you can see it, what we do as in our workshop when the people are included. To choice of an appropriate approach and to choice of technological procedures, use appropriate measurements. Persons sometimes don't understand the difference between some units, for example, millimeters or centimeters or something, or they don't have enough skills to understand what that means. They try to be informed about rational use of energy or material at the time. And as you can see on the next slide, group participation and communication. So what are the target group that are included in our workshops in Maribor? First of all, they are interested from social inclusion program or vocational rehabilitation program or programs for migrants. That is last year, we have one program that migrants are included in our workshop in woodworking workshop in Maribor. So the main reason of a vocational rehabilitation program is to assess persons with disabilities. Are they compatible to do on the labor market, or are they performed in social inclusion program? The next group we have in Maribor just now 4 students from lower or middle and higher vocational school. They are included directly from school on the practical training on to the different firms, because schools in Slovenia now, from reason of Corona, still closed. So students can go to the firms to do their training for woodworking. Many of these students are with special needs, or they have different learning difficulties. Some of they have a problem with speech or deafness, or problem with social disorders. So there is a very heavy or hard to communicate with them, or to understand something that you can explain them. The third group is unemployment youngsters or adults on vocational training programs. Persons are directed from the labor office or they do some programs, and they are included in different workshops, especially in our occasion in the woodworking workshops. So all of these persons have a different kinds of combination of physical or mental disabilities. What are the main subjects that we can talk on or a curriculum that we produce or prepare for all these groups? The first one is identification of wood and wood products. So there are some speciality of wood that is not homogeneous material, is very unhomogeneous. For example, homogeneous is steel or plastic materials or glass. So persons have to recognize different types of wood, or wood panels, or winner, or errors or mistakes in the wood as a tree has grown up, so there are coming errors, and the action of wood. It means of dimensional instability of the wood. On the second level, we prepare them to measure and drying the wood, the measurements. We use different tools for measurement. And then on the third level, we talk about selection of wood materials according to the purpose of use. And fourth, winner selection. On the next slide, we are going especially on the products. So we have a B1 program. There is a types of drawing. We start with a simple freehand drawings or sketching, and then prepare them to hand drawing technical drawings or computer aided 2D drawings. We use in the next level for explanation for some things, even 3D modeling, and talk to the persons about how to do some things. For example, I think that will be a link inside. I hope it will open. No? That one? Just a moment, I try to open from the map. Okay, here it. We leave. Is picture seen now? Yes. We show persons or candidates which come in our programs. They have opportunity to choose what they want to do. So there is an example of marionette, which person has been produced on the with hand skills and hand tools, and that is a final product. So you can see that that was about this Pinocchio was made from about 45 years woman which was never worked with wood. For some things we prepare a front of some or use some no one of these links don't work. So there is a assemble plan for from IKEA catalog. So we use these kinds of materials to try to explain persons from different levels how to use or how to understand what was the parts of furniture or elements or anything else. There is 2 models from AutoCAD drawing, where we use them from to understand assemble of chairs, simple chairs, because this is a product that students made in the lower level in secondary school, vocational in Maribor. Just a simple way, just a moment. Okay, here. And then we combine some more complex plans which are printed, and the students or candidates needs to combine it with different sorts of material. So one part is finished of this plan. The other part they have to finish with some instructions or catalog material. So because there are some tools inside of or in the products on the level. So in health and security at work, this is a third part of working. We use don't work again. So I'm really sorry that that will be open. So we discuss this link is sent to the students on their mobile file. We walk through the workshop and definitely talk about some questions or discuss what is danger or what are the risks on the the workplace. From this level, this is our machine in Maribor picture, where was actually one accident at work. For example, there is a table saw security instructions. So we use different kinds of material for younger people or older to combine how they can understand risk on directly on the workplace. Manual woodworking, so we try to teach them or to instruct them how to use many different types of hand tools. And on the other side, we go directly to woodworking machines, how to cut wood, what is important, what is the meaning of directions of the rising of wood, why is blades are important to be shape or something like this that persons need to understand before they work on directly on some products. The last part of theoretical instructions are adhesives and gluings and surface treatment as lacking or waxing or glaze coating. or just leave it without or sending as a final procedure on the same. That is some examples from what is important for the persons to understand. There on the left side, on the top, we have one for my eyes very ununderstandable plan how to assemble one piece of furniture. For example, on the bottom we have a simple way with some notes what have to happen when you assemble two parts of element to fix the door on the element. And I don't know where I find this picture. So there is a video projection on the table where a person assemble, I think there is a Lego blocks. Yes, they are. So there is important that we have to use different kinds of materials, or they are modifies or tablets or directly films on the computer, or just have to need or use some printed plans, assemble plans for persons how to assemble some things. There is a view what we can do with disabled persons. There are real products that they have made in different programs. So in the first way, we start with the lower level products. So we try to teach them or to use some trays or bird houses or garden bench or tables and something like this. All of products, as you see, are painted. We use always wood-based acrylic colors. So persons use hand tools or go on the lower I don't know how to say, not dangerous machines, or they are work directly by the tutor how to do. This bird or this hawk was cut by the electric saw, and person used the driller too. There is this, we named this birdhouse as a wine barrel. There is a detail from the folio of wine, and there is a wine wood here. That was named as Oz, from Wizard from the Oz. Is similar. There is a mule and some detail from lake with a house, one small cabinet, and this garden benches, different styles. We try to combine different techniques for persons to how to make some creative products. On the middle level or higher level, we try to teach them about more complex furniture. For example, a cabinet with a door and the leads. We have here a wooden chest. It's painted. That is approximately 60 centimeters long and 30 on bright, and 40 to 45 height. It's relatively small. And this cradle. So this cradle was planned from, I missed one slide. Yes, there is a picture from how to assemble them. This cradle was made from idea of one person. It was made for our colleague in different location. When she was pregnant and birthed her daughter, that was a gift for her birth of her daughter, and also includes the materials inside the just a moment. What is this? Bedding. It was includes all products we try to include with the Slovene national details that was embroidered, and the bedding has the same detail. Or as we see before, there is one plan of sorry. There is just a moment here. There is handmade and with simple tools, electric or material, yes, material tools made one marionette play. There is two different, in one play we have 3 persons and 2 scenes that is inside in the kitchen and outside on the garden in front of a house. So we have a plan and make one marionette of horse. It's very complex, so you have to understand mechanics of working or biomechanics of how a person is moved, and some that was a serial production of snowmen. And okay, this was so that was that picture. This pictures is from the program for adults, which are directed to us from labor service office. We go on this slide through the planning on hand drawings to combine it with the cutting of winner, to combine the inlay. I think it's inlay. It's okay word for this material. So this product is a towel holder, which is pretty useful in older houses. In the middle side, we have inlay table. This table is approximately 80 centimeters long, and we try to copy this detail and made a new table. So in this picture in the middle, person cut these ornaments. There is in one table we count about 220 these hexagons, which are assembled with 19 parts with different wood types winner. And with in the complete with the table, there was still 4 chairs, and there is a little bit easier view of some parts, how to we made them. There is a man on a machine drilling the holes for legs and how to fix the chair together. And on the last level, this is picture for students on higher vocational school in Slovenia is last few years huge trend of production of prefabricated houses. Area around Maribor is counted about 500,000 persons in western part of Slovenia, and we have 3 large and more than 3 smaller producers of prefabricated houses. So based on plans of house, we print some plans, and on these plans we try to make. We have 3-4 students that produce a model of some different kinds of houses on different plans. All of these students have disabilities on different levels, so they are included on this work, especially because they was students on woodworking for a woodworking engineer. Yes, this is all that I can say for our programs that we combine on different ways or different times too. So thank you for listening. I hope you have some questions, and I would like to show you or send to you a link for movie. Just a moment.
You can send us the links if you prefer.
Moira, can you help me? I don't find now. I have to stop share. Okay.
Video iščeš?
No? Chat, just a moment. Aha, tule ga imam. Everyone, you have now. I just passed it. Okay. Aha, Gregor is faster. So can you share that? I don't have a problem with. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you to you too. So
do you have anything else to add regarding your presentation?
No, that was all. So if anyone have questions,
I have a short question to
yes?
make. So I was really impressed with Pinocchio. It looked like a really well done job. And you did mention that it was done by someone who didn't have any previous experience with woodworking.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So how long did it take it to make?
I think that was about 3 weeks. So the person needs to find the idea. We have a computer in the same room. So person find the idea on the computer, and she has to find all the parts or think about to sketch. We talk a lot of how to do something. So I was there as a tutor and a mentor and a consultant and I don't know what else. And person also have to study about the mechanisms of how the marionette have to work. So she has a complex work to do in 3 weeks to finish this kind of product.
It was quite impressive to know that
yes,
you don't have any previous experience before, but you managed to complete such a good work in only 3 weeks. It's quite impressive.
Yes, really. But she has the main reason why she can be so successful is that she has enormous interest to do something like this, and that is more important. Many things we can do if we have a huge interest. Anything else, maybe?
I was curious because you presented so many things about, Ozara and the carpentry unit. If there is a technique which, users prefer, which woodworking techniques that they like better, for example. I don't know, because they find it.
I think this is the last one I show that intarsia or inlay with the winner, different kinds of winner. So it's very important that all of our peoples, they have a problems with understanding of three-dimensional. So we made them a simple way or geometrical examines of something we saw there, hexagons assembled together, or we try to find some stars with different levels. I don't have a picture now on the computer, just we did 3 students from lower level school in Maribor, which are included in our workshop now. I was 2 days before in workshop and talk with them. So they show me this simple ways of intarsia or inlay. So they really like them.
Okay.
Thank you.
So if there aren't any questions, I would like to ask just one, which as you laid from the whole, woodworking training, is a more general question, because, you showed us today lots of testimony and videos and presentations, all the work you do with them. And I'm sure you teach a lot to them. You give them in terms of, skills and on the human level. But according to your experience, because it's clear you have a lot of experience, both you and Moira, what did you get from them? What did they teach you?
I'm now more a bureaucrat than work in the workshop. So what I get from them, a huge satisfaction with work with the people. So even they have disabilities, limitations, or however we can say, they give you some satisfaction and show you how much they really can do if you can work with them. So they feel myself too. not only them, it's creative would have this therapeutic meaning as paintings or something like these creative works. So it's almost for me, that is for me when I try to go out from papers. For my rehabilitation, I go in the workshop and work with them. It's fine. It's really fine. It's, I don't know, I'm happy. I work as a rehabilitation technologist approximately as, I think there is 13, yes, 13 years. In past time, I was a teacher. I'm also instructor in woodworking school in Maribor. So I have approximately 30 years of different kinds of experience as, or not as, but with younger or disabled people. So I'm really happy to do my job.
Moira, Gregor, would you like to add something on this last question based on your experience?
Just Zlatko is so much more than a bureaucrat. He's a very, very practical person. And thanks to Zlatko, both Gregor and me have learned so much more from the woodcrafting unit. Otherwise, I would stay in the dark if it wouldn't be for Zlatko, for that matter. And for the rest, I think for Gregor and for me, basically, because we have a little chance, I mean, we have a little chance to work with the participants or the users, however you may call them. For me, the best experience when I look back at my work at Ozara is actually, you know, I don't know, the sincerity, some sort of sincerity. There is no, when working with our people, with our participants, I have the feeling I am accepted the way I am, and they, I think, have the feeling they are accepted the way they are. The sincerity that is, you know, in the, I don't know, in the connection that we have, in the work that we do together, because we meet them regularly on a daily basis. You know, we are not divided into groups, like completely separated from each other. So.
So thank you very much. If anyone else has anything to add, we still have time, so don't be shy. As yesterday, I leave you the link for the evaluation of this session. So we have 10 minutes to complete it now. So you can leave your feedback on this session, which was very instructive and I think on high emotional level. So just give me a shout or you write once you complete it. So I think it's completed by everyone. So yes, once again, I wanted to thank our colleagues from Slovenia for your professionalism, for all the great job you have done today. For this week is all. I think we will meet again next Monday at the same time at 11 for the last 2 days of the training. They will follow the same structure. We'll have a couple of sessions, Q&A and evaluation. And yes, thank you again for your participation these 3 days. We made it through the first week of the online training. Thank you all the partners as well for the contribution. Have a good rest of the week.
Thank you. Bye.
Everyone, bye.
Bye.
Bye.